O'Shea has done something that I think is freaking phenomenal. He's taking his own platform to where he's not the star. He's like the master conductor of so many black men across this digital landscape. Look at the platform that he's built. Look at how it's actually changed the dialogue and communication online. And us giving a lot of black men an opportunity to be more than they ever thought they could be. I think the man's brilliant. I'm impressed.
Brothers need information that may stop them from getting into trouble or help them out of some fucking trouble. That's where the Negro Manosphere came out. I said, well, listen, if I can create this, it can get other brothers paid, it can help other brothers, we can talk.
You cannot expect to be a leader if you have not put in no work. Nigga, where are your dues? What dues have you paid to be a leader? I listen to people. What they say, I put that shit into action. I'm not so proud where you can't help me. If you tell me some shit that's gonna work, I'm gonna listen to it, I'm gonna do it.
The O'Shea Vlogcast podcast. You can see I got this big ass mic in my fucking face, looking like a Baptist church preacher.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy O'Shea Dude Jackson, back at it again with another episode.
Let's talk about some of your detractors.
Yeah.
Because you got your share of videos.
Yeah.
First, how do you deal with those? How do you deal with the videos that people that are coming at you, your detractors? You keep it classy, something that Kevin Samuels always did. You will rant here and there. You ain't did one in a while, but you keep it classy. Do they affect you?
No, not as much as it used to be, but even being in YouTube and stuff like that, some of the positions I'm going to take, people don't like.
Mm-hmm.
And I really don't care. So, that's just really what it's going to be. People are going to always have something to say. Nobody's going to like you all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't lose no sleep over it at all. If people want to have their position on whatever it is, that's just really on them. If they come back for the next video, fine. If they don't, that's also fine too. So it doesn't bother me.
Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of rumors.
Mm-hmm.
One that you talked about earlier about you going to medical school. The people was not believing that you went to medical school. Mm-hmm. So you went.
Yes.
Are you a doctor?
Yes.
You're official, so I can call you Dr. Jackson.
I mean, you can, but that's fine. It's normal to me. I don't even talk about it.
Yeah. Okay. What is something else that you've heard about yourself that you're like, what in the world did they get that from?
So we all hear that you're gay. That's every black content creator.
Okay.
That's, I traffic.
Mm-hmm.
They said I'm a sex trafficker. I'm trafficking goats. I'm trafficking, goats. I've heard boys. I've heard women. I've heard that I'm a felon. I have a felony in cocaine. The reason I'm not in medical school, I never went because I'm a drug dealer. I have drug convictions. I'm these things. You hear all kind of black YouTube is a very interesting place, right?
Mm-hmm.
People have all these things from people that they can't prove it, but ultimately, if you want to live in any place in the world, like Dubai is a very strict country. You can't come over here if you have drug convictions, and you can't get a visa in Europe. I was in Europe for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that without, a police clearance or Interpol, right? You got to have police clearance. But people who've never been anywhere, they don't understand.
They don't know that.
So, but people gonna say what they want to say. So I mean, I keep hearing stuff like this all the time. Whatever, you're a check frauder, you're a scammer, anything, right? If you're making money on YouTube, and I don't even do live streams or ads or super chats, but people will always find a way to say something about you. And I do all my stuff based off of hard work, So I'll ask niggas for nothing, but people will say what they're gonna say. I just don't care.
You're a self-proclaimed simp.
Yes, sometimes.
Are you out here simping?
Depending on what day of the week it is.
You delivering sandals to the people?
Only you, baby.
Thank you, boo. I've been watching. I think you be sending it to other people too. I got my eye on you.
I mean, only the Cash App receipts can tell.
Well, I'm going to put you in the hot seat for a second.
Yeah.
Because with your detractors and with the rumors, another thing that has followed you throughout YouTube, Black YouTube, is your beefs.
Yep.
So there are people that you are known to have gone back and forth with.
Yeah.
So let's do this. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Now you can give me a hard pass, but I'm going to put a picture up.
Okay.
And these are people that you had beef with. And just your first thoughts of when you see the picture.
Okay.
All right. It's a little game that I call What's Beef? First thought. And for those that don't know.
First thoughts. What can I say here? I think those guys are sort of fake. You know what I mean? But I mean, they're good business people. You know what I mean? I just think whatever. I don't have no issues with them. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Tommy.
Oh man, he is unaccountable. About anybody that I know that I think is the ultimate, I would say, blame everybody else but himself for where he is right now. It's this guy. Talented guy, unaccountable, a lot of tendencies that he complains about in women. He has them himself. Talented guy, one of the most talented guys, but doesn't know how to get along with people, has a lot of personal problems.
Okay. All right.
I think this guy is a little. I would give him predictable. He's predictable. This kind of guy. Every time he gets into it with somebody, he does almost the same thing. So he doesn't get into your personal information. He's gonna dox you, and and obviously, if you are somebody that is doing very well, it's predictable he's gonna find a way to critique or assassinate you to make himself appear to be higher than the individual that he's talking about. So when you look at him and his proclivities and his behavior patterns, it's predictable every time, right? He's like I said, I think for a guy like him who really let's say if you're specializing in information like Fresh and Fit or some of the other dating guys, Alpha Male Strategies, none of those people ever get into real beefs.
Right.
Fresh and Fit may have gotten into Albert Preach, but they really, for the most part, stay on task. But somebody like this guy who is supposed to be, delivering a certain level of information, he tends to go back and forth with people a little bit more often than what he should. There's Kevin Samuels. There are some of the shots at DJ Academics, which Academics responded to, stuff like that. Then there's Coach Corey Wayne, Coach Red Pill. Individuals like this where, you would think with somebody who has so much, as he would say, knowledge or game, his content would be strong enough in the area to be able to deliver information as it is, and he could just build his self based on value. But that doesn't seem to be the case with this particular guy. So you start to see his things are predictable. He's going to go after somebody, critique them, or really assassinate them. And if those people come back, then obviously you're going to see him going after personal information, doxing, and things like that. So I think with somebody like him, you can call him Mr. Predictable.
Mr. Predictable. Got it.
Yeah.
I got him earlier, Donovan.
Yeah. So this guy, I would say, I'm trying to be nice today.
Okay.
Because me and this guy really do not care for each other.
Okay.
At all. He's a former guy. He's a guy I helped out a lot. But I think that Donovan is what's the first word that I can say? Jesus Christ, about Donovan Sharp.
Time, Jesus, take your time.
I think he's a little disappointing. Yeah, I think because Donovan is definitely a talented writer, and I'm making these things up as like without me having personal commenting based on personal animosity, right? Just
right.
as a clear thinker. So Donovan is a person who I also believe he underachieved his potential. So he was a good writer. He has good content, but now I think with Donovan is some of the things that he doesn't really know how to work with people so very well. He has a real strong proclivity to go after the Black community. When I think that's more of a personal thing instead of really dealing with what his content should be about, which is more or less dating strategies or self-help. But I think with him, he has a strong tendency to kind of really want to, kind of go against the Black community kind of stuff, and wanting to be a little bit more accepted by the general Manosphere community. And I believe that like over time, his strategy was not improved. I mean, obviously, I believe he reinvested in maybe a lot of the equipment and things like that. But I mean, I think that he just, he kind of faded off, right? And I think the reason why it faded off is not really understanding the business a lot. Getting into a lot of his emotions have tanked him in the business. To where he's had to rebrand. I mean, obviously, with some of the issues he had with Anthony Johnson didn't help either. Being exposed by certain alleged lies and stuff like that. So I think that his ability to not be able to work with people and not be able to grow in the industry, especially in the industry like Red Pill, sort of advice or self-help, where is so packed and not offering enough value. Now he's doing like TikTok videos with his girlfriend and stuff. I think he kind of underachieved, and it's a little disappointing to where I think a guy like him could have been, but again, doesn't really have those people skills and networking skills to kind of take himself to the next level.
Let me ask you a question about him. Do you think that he should have been the Andrew Tate of today?
I think certainly Donovan Sharp wanted to be the Andrew Tate of today, but Donovan Sharp is too Black to be the Andrew Tate of the day. I mean, Donovan Sharp tried everything to be. I mean, if you listen to what he sounds like, if you close your eyes, you wouldn't know if that's a Black person or a white person talking. But Donovan Sharp just was not accepted by the general Manosphere. He wasn't a person that I think a lot of the non-Black guys believed was a guy that was as successful with women or as successful in life as Andrew Tate. Whether it's because guys didn't feel like he had the looks or the charm or the youth. I mean, Donovan is, I think, almost 45 or 44 years old. So, he has going to have a hard time trying to appeal to a younger generation. Even me, I'm 41, right? So I'm not going to be able youthfulness as a YouTuber helps getting an audience.
Yeah.
Like Steph Code is like 23, 24.
Right.
So it's going to be very difficult for me to grab his audience if I was trying to do so when I don't have anything in common with them, right? So Donovan Sharp is like 45, which is middle age. And most guys who are going to get excited about the red pill don't want to be listening to it from a 40-something-year-old guy. Right? It's especially if you're talking about women and dating hot chicks and stuff. He doesn't have that on his time. So when you're 40, you have to figure out other ways to do things, right? And I think that I mean, if he was Andrew Tate's age, but Andrew Tate's 35, and certainly looks younger and certainly has younger appeal audience. But Donovan's a talented content creator, I think, more or less. But he just really didn't grow in the business like he should have, in my honest opinion. But nonetheless, talented, in my honest opinion. I think he's a really excellent writer. He can express his ideas well, but didn't grow in the strategy to be successful.
All right, I got 2 more.
Okay.
All right. I said I was putting you in a hot seat. Ramil.
He's probably one of the guys I wouldn't want to say anything at all. But
we can do a pass.
No. I'm gonna talk about it. Again, I don't have anything, personally against the guy, for whatever reason. I would say I've worked with the guy over the years. And then for whatever reason the guy started coming after me and things like that. When I've never had dissed him or say anything negative towards the guy at all. I just think that it's what you would get. I'm not gonna say I wouldn't call the guy jealous if that's the case, because he's not a guy that comes on YouTube. Let's say, like, he could not be on YouTube for a while or anything like that. And he could just not be there for like a month or two. So I don't think like this is a goal of his or anything. But I do feel like, if he feels like for whatever reason he don't like your ass no more, he just gonna use you as a talking point because it's just hot, and he's just gonna trash you or something like that. So whatever. I think that's what I don't think with him is nothing personal or anything like that. You know what I mean? I think it's when you see guys that you had like you thought that you were cool with, and then for whatever reason things change immediately, and behind the scenes you don't know why. Especially if they could reach out to you and talk to you about it. I think it is kind of just what it is with this dude. So, he comes on the computer, he says some things about your ass. He don't really, he call you a whole bunch of names and shit like that, but he ain't trying to like, dox you or anything.
Yeah.
He's just talking shit or whatever. So at least he has a certain level of, respect. He's not talking about your mom or nothing like that.
Yeah.
He's just dragging, he just talking shit, disrespect, whatever. And I don't even listen to it when they send it to me, stuff, whatever, He just there, he making some money, and then he clicks off and he goes, this is what you're going to do. And that's it. I don't think with him it's like personal or something like, as if like, if he was to see you, he gonna try to shoot you or fight you or anything like that. He don't really care. He just, whatever. It's not for him. It's
content strategy.
Yeah. That's what I think. With him, it's not as personal as I know who the next person you're gonna show me for sure. But
you already know
the other guys. Yeah.
One more.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
That's what you thought.
Yeah.
This is the last one.
Yeah. So,
is this a bittersweet thing? Because at the beginning, this is you guys working together.
I think with Angry Man. Angry Man is he has some talent, definitely some abilities, there that nobody can deny. He has he's a great editor. He can content create and things like him. I think, but he's the kind of person that he's always kind of gotten his own way, and he has some of the same issues a Tommy Sotomayor would have, right? And so again, I would say some of his stuff is his ability is a little bit he kind of underachieved his potential, right? And then with some of the stuff, he can blame me, or he can blame Kevin, or he can blame whoever else. But I think that with a lot of guys like him or Donovan or Tommy, your individual talent or abilities in the business world can take you so far. But I think, coming on the internet, it works a lot like real life.
Mm-hmm.
It is, everything is based on relationships. And so some of these guys you've shown me, they have some good abilities, but the interpersonal skills for what they're trying to achieve is not there. In fact, some of the same guys who troll me, troll him. I wish the guy nothing but the best. He's a part of my history in the Manosphere. Both of our histories. We had a 5-year war, nothing like that. Like if I was to see him, I'm not gonna be, I'm trying to shoot you, nothing like that. I wish the guy nothing but the best. If he watches this sincerely, I'm at the stage of my life where I want him to be successful. I think he has a lot of skills and a lot of talent to contribute to the platform.
What makes you happy?
There are certain things, right? There are many things. Achieving personal goals.
Yeah.
Being able to enjoy time with my friends and family, just like anybody else. But to know, that you're progressing. Everything progressing is not financial, but just to know that, like what you just showed me just now, those photos of those particular people.
Mm-hmm.
I would not have been emotionally mature enough to answer that in that way 3 years ago.
Mm.
And some of those guys, made some heinous allegations towards me and some of my family. But to be able to be at this stage where you can look at those things and try to be objective and not,
maturity.
Yeah. So I think that in that aspect, I have a lot to gain there. I'm still growing. I'm still developing as a man and stuff like that. So there's many things that make me happy.
Are you happy?
Yes, man.
You are
Listen,
happy.
when Kevin called me in 2020 when I had like 3 classes left in medical school. So I was out for the whole year, and he said, "Listen, man, fuck medical school. Don't go back." Right? He's like, "Don't go back."
Don't go back.
But I would say now where I'm at in my life, I have so much more opportunities just to be able to create my own lane, write my own story for how I want to be. I get to be in unpredictable circumstances, live in different parts of the world, stuff like that. Meet friends that I feel like every day they get up and coworkers or business partners, and we get up every day and we all put it out on the line to achieve something really great. I think it's awesome. So for me, I'm very, very happy about where I'm at, the opportunities that I have, the flexibility that life can bring me. I think that at 41, I couldn't imagine a better life for myself than what I'm living right now. So it comes with its challenges, but ultimately, yeah, I'm happy. I don't know what else I'd be doing except for the fact that I had to get up. Let's see at what time. Like we're almost 3 o'clock in the morning to do this.
Well, first of all, you the one that just want to go to Dubai, and I don't. I told you I would have waited for you. I said, no, you ain't got to rush this boo thing. I told you that.
Well, look, we're gonna be out on the yacht tonight, so I had to. Well,
you gonna be on the yacht
tonight? Yeah, don't even. Yeah, I'm gonna send you a picture so you can be mad too.
I can't stand you.
You jealous?
A little bit.
You don't want to talk about it?
You happy I didn't put my bonnet on because that's what you was about to get with this interview.
It's gonna go on your channel.
A whole bonnet.
Why?
Are you moving back to the States?
I am at an undisclosed location because I don't
You
want these
are?
niggas known. Yes, in a gated community away from niggas. Right.
People call you the spokesperson of Passport Bros. They said, I don't know what he's over there doing because he sure enough left and didn't come back.
Well, see, let me say this. Like a lot of the passport bro guys,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, I definitely am affiliated with some of them. For the most part, a lot of those guys. I mean, but for me, I came overseas. I wasn't like I came to overseas to go to medical school. That was the reason why I came. And then the reasons why I stay here is because I have, personal aspirations that I'm trying to achieve. So I think with the passport bro guys, living a better quality of life or maybe doing business would be secondary or tertiary. But I think for them, the most primary thing is that they're looking for a better dating option, stuff like that. And then, secondarily, you would probably hear, cost of living, living in a better environment, things like that. But I am a full-time, full steam entrepreneur. Trying to innovate a certain industry. I'm trying to bring certain things to the market that I don't feel is there. So ultimately, that is my biggest drive. Obviously, dating women is a part of any man's heterosexual man's process. But now, I mean, if you look at it as a passport, bro, I'm more or less, first and foremost, a business person, number one. So secondarily, would be everything else. Where I think it's the opposite from most passport. Most passport bro guys are guys who work, whether either blue collar or some white collar jobs, and they're trying to go to different places because they feel that dating is more favorable or optimal for their conditions in comparison to the States. Whereas for me, I don't think that if I lived in Atlanta or Nashville, I wouldn't have a problem with somebody from the African American community, something like that. I would actually probably
You
prefer
would
that.
not get your
No.
little Southern girl.
Yeah, from Nashville.
Some fish and grits.
Yeah. For me, like I don't have like the arguments the passport bros have. I understand them, and I could definitely identify with them and stuff like that. I don't necessarily think that would be as big of an issue for me because of just how out of the country I am and inside the country. But no, I don't consider myself necessarily a passport bro with that philosophy because my primary focus for being overseas is not the same thing that more or less business and why I went. I never went to Dominican Republic or let's say Indonesia to like try to go date or looking to date.
Do you want to be married?
At some point, with a good attorney.
A prenup?
Yes. Because everything, I don't care if I got to prenup my underwear. Whatever I can. I'm not. No, you're not gonna get nothing from me.
So you eventually want to be married. So are you dating? Is this a pass? You double dip? What you doing?
Am I dating?
Yeah. Are you dating?
To save the innocent, let's pass on that one.
How you doing pass?
We're gonna pass on that one.
All right. So we'll end it, but I want to know what is going to be in store for you within the next 5 years.
So I think one of my big projects that I'm working on right now, which is I think nobody in the market has attempted this, even if it fails, So I think what you're trying to see from me is take the ball higher rather. We have our excellent production staff. We have a really talented team. And we've been based in Africa. I was recently in Nigeria. So we have a lot of opportunities, more opportunities that I can't get to them all every day. It's just sickening how many opportunities that we have. So I think that we're going to try to just push it to the level of certain things in films, comedies, maybe I might get into the Vlad TV kind of game, something like that. So we have like a lot of firepower that we can do. Not just making celebrity videos or YouTube videos, but I think a plethora of things that you can see outside of that. And we have a lot of opportunities. We have a lot of competitive advantages that we can do And I think that the thing is just getting organized and trying to do them. I have a very good manager. Shout out to Rachel. We have a very good administration team. I had another manager, but she's no longer. But shout out to Jonita. She did a really good job for us, and now she's moved into a different position. In our business, and our administration team is wonderful. They help manage every aspect of what we do. I pretty much deal with the production side, but my and the thing about the people who manage the business are women, right? And even for the Manosphere. So for somebody like me, our production people are women. The manager of my production house is a woman, and some of the people that write some of the stuff, shout out to Simran Ali, they're women. So a lot of people calling shots in the day-to-day operations of not my YouTube channel, but other stuff that's going on that move the business for our women. So I'm excited to see what they do, and yeah, they're efficient. They're really, really, really they make shit happen.
They own it. But I wanted to give you your flowers. I think that you are remarkable. I think that you're an absolute talent. I'm amazed by you. I think you're absolutely brilliant. And I'm excited to see where you're going to go within 5 years. And you inspire me. You really do. So I want to give you your flowers. And I want to thank you for joining me this evening. I'm going to go let you do a number 2.
Please. Like Nigerians say, I beg, oh.
You got to let off the cheese. I know you lactose. But anyways, thank you so much, my darling.
No problem.
It's been real.
And, so shout out to from Dubai, guys. By the time y'all watch this, I'll be in Compton. Somewhere, I don't know.
Oh, my God. All right, thank you.